Today's Dawn article, The Impasse Persists by Maleeha Lodhi. The writer has very tremendously explained the deadlock, the stalemate which persists between the two neighboring countries, the two nuclear powers, Pakistan and India. This article, The Impasse Persists Pakistan India Deadlock, it tremendously explores the ongoing and seemingly intractable tensions between India and Pakistan. Two nuclear armed neighboring countries sharing the history of conflict, confrontation, wars, enmity, hatred. Despite various attempts at dialogue and peace building measures, the relationship between the two countries remains still at fraught with respect to political, territorial, and military challenges, particularly over the disputed region of Kashmir. This article further delves into the factors that have contributed to the deadlock, including historical grievances, strategic interest, and the role of international diplomacy, while assessing the prospects for future reconciliation or continued stagnation. Okay, now Pakistan and India, they share borders, they share age long enmities, hatred. Now, the recent SCO summit conducted in Islamabad in the SEO summit had no fruitful outcome in that sense. The long standing diplomatic impasse still persists between the two countries. The foreign minister of the India, J. Shankar, who met with the SEO in the SEO summit with the with the 10 other countries head and with the Pakistan too. That did not actually break the deadlock. And further, Nawaz Sharif, the former Prime Minister of the country, and Maryam Nawaz, the current CM of the Punjab, they actually want the restoration of the relationships between the two neighboring countries, restoring trade, restoring sports, and to work further on the climate diplomacy. But India blatantly ignored these realms and these areas to streamline relationship with Pakistan. Further, India rejected the invitation in the Champions Trophy coming to Pakistan. So, India blatantly rejected the cricket diplomacy. They did not want to participate in this tournament, in this Champions Trophy. And this is a clear fact that India is actually manifesting its rigid ideology towards Pakistan. फर्दर मलिया लोधी साहिबा ने यहाँ पे इंडस वाटर बेसिन ट्रीटी के ऊपर इंडिया ने यहाँ पे रिव्यू करने को इस्लामाबाद को इंडस वाटर बेसिन ट्रीटी विच वाज साइंड इन 1960 एंड दिस हैज रिमेन्ड a very effective pact in order to manage the trans-border rivers in the sharing and in the management of trans-border rivers. इंडस बेसिन ट्रीटी एक बहुत ही मौसर ट्रीटी रही है पाकिस्तान और इंडिया की रिवर्स के वाटर को मैनेज करने के लिए लेकिन यहाँ पे इंडिया ने अगेन पाकिस्तान को इस पर रिव्यू करने को कहती है यानी ऑल्टर करने के लिए एक सजेशन पेश कर दी है अब यहाँ पे अगर हम पोस्ट 2019 रिलेशंस को स्टडी करें पाकिस्तान और इंडिया के दरमियान जो डेडलॉक है उसकी मेजर कुछ रीजंस हैं इंडिया ने 2019 के अंदर कश्मीर इशू के ऊपर इंडिया स्ट्रिप्ड ऑफ द इंडिपेंडेंट स्टेटस ऑफ कश्मीर इट was an unconstitutional illegitimate and a unilateral step made by the Indian parliament. It altered the demographic, it wanted to actually alter the demographic reality of the Kashmir. And India successfully wanted to strip off the independent status of Kashmir. There's no doubt in the fact that it was an unconstitutional and illegitimate unilateral act. अब हम यहाँ पे देखते हैं कि इंडिया और पाकिस्तान दोनों का स्टांस क्या है कि कश्मीर इशू के ऊपर इंडिया जो है वेरी प्रिसाइजली हम इसको देखते हैं कि इंडिया कश्मीर इशू को बायलैटरल इशू समझता है इंडिया इस इशू को बायलैटरल इशू समझता है इसकी बैकड्रॉप में अगर आप रेट्रोस्पेक्ट में 1972 जब जुल्फ़िकार अली भुट्टो के दरमियान जब वो एग्रीमेंट साइन हुआ था तो वहाँ पे भी ये इशू जो था वो हाईलाइट हुआ था कि इट्स अ बायलैटरल इशू, बट पाकिस्तान का स्टांस ये है कि ये बायलैटरल इशू बिल्कुल नहीं है, ये एक इंटरनेशनल इशू है। और पाकिस्तान इसका सोल्यूशन यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल रेजोल्यूशन के अकॉर्डिंग चाहता है कि इस सारे कश्मीर का मसला जो है वो यूनाइटेड नेशन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल रेजोल्यूशंस के अकॉर्डिंग हल होना चाहिए, उनको राइट टू सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन मिलना चाहिए। अब यहाँ पे हमें इस सारे जो इंडिया का स्टांस है, जो इंडिया का मैनिफेस्टेशन है, जिस तरह इंडिया मैनिफेस्ट कर रहा है स्ट्रेटेजिक ग्राउंड्स के ऊपर, पॉलिटिकल ग्राउंड्स के अंदर के ऊपर, पाकिस्तान के साथ एक डेडलॉक में आ गया इंडिया। इंडिया is not ready to like melt the ice, to break the ice in this regard, and unfortunately the Modi government is blatantly following the RSS ideology and has kept the rigid stance of no dialogue, neither on Kashmir, stakeholders, and with the Pakistan. Now, the situation has taken a turn and it has reached to a point of strategic freeze where India actually wants to isolate Pakistan, where India actually wants to corner Pakistan, that India wants to grow in a way that it has to sideline Pakistan. But it has unfortunately not been able to secure this position yet. Now, these were the main points on which this article tells us about. Now, very briefly, let us understand that what are the challenges which are actually pushing both of the countries, and specifically talking about the India who has taken a very harsh, very rigid stance, not to break the ice, not to move forward, not to invite the dialogues. The challenges are nationalism. Nationalism is appearing as a major challenge. That the sense, the sentiment of nationalism among the both countries is acting as a major barricade between the smooth and streamlined relations between India and Pakistan. Next is the domestic pressure of military generals, political leaders, and the public opinion holders of both the countries, taking either of their sides, and the geopolitical tensions. Now, the region in which Pakistan and India are, China is also a very, very pivotal, a decisive, a defining character and state of this area and region. So now the balancing act between the big two powers, China and United States of America. Now it's the high time that both India and Pakistan they have taken their either sides, but it's both of the states must understand that there is a lot to share in trade, in agriculture, in technology, and in the other sectors. तो यहाँ पे बहुत ज़रूरी है कि इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के जैसे कल्चरल और सोशल सिंक्रोनाइजेशन एंड सिमिलैरिटीज़ हैं, तो इसी तरह दोनों कंट्रीज़ को चाहिए कि यहाँ पे अपना स्टांस थोड़ा सॉफ्ट करें और इंट्रैक्शंस बढ़ाएं, कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डिंग मेजर्स पे काम करें और दोनों स्टेट्स आपस में ट्रेड रिस्टोर करें। अल्टीमेटली इकोनॉमिकली बोथ स्टेट्स जो हैं उनकी प्रोग्रेशन जो है वो बहुत ज़रूरी है। लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, now the way forward for Pakistan and India relations requires a multifaceted approach combining diplomacy, economic cooperation, security collaboration, and people to people engagements, which is very important for the smooth and future relations. While significant challenges still exist, the pursuit of peace and stability, the peace and stability is like a dream for these both countries. But this is the only solution for the two countries. This still remains a crucial goal for both countries and for the South Asia region. Thank you.